Hey guys, happy Monday. Life updates. I mean, I've been posting on here quite a bit lately, so there's not anything too much new in my life. Just kind of checking in, letting y'all know how things are going. My bipolar is still like not happening. They put me on lithium back in January. I was like a little reserved about going on lithium for a long time. But it turned out they had me on Trileptal as a mood stabilizer. Well, it turned out I was on a really high dose of it and it wasn't working. So that could explain maybe my ups and downs, like the mania versus depression all in the same day. I was having that back then. The mixed episodes are like the freaking worst because you're like fine 1 minute, you're in mania, and you're like, okay, I'm okay. And then something triggers you, and you're so depressed you can't get up off the couch, and you can't move out of a ball. So I haven't been like that at all. Like, I quit my job back in March, I think I quit in March. Life is, here, Trixie, get out of my face. Damn dog, she's chewing something right in my face. Okay, so I quit my job back in March. A really good move. I am doing like, so I'm a housewife now. Like a real trad wife, housewife. Like my husband will be sitting there and he'll be like, hey, can you go get me a glass of ice water? And I am so inclined to get up and go get that for him. And the reason why I think it's okay to do that is that he is supporting me financially 100%. And he gives me spending money. So I really kind of feel like, so I have taken on this traditional gender role. And I've done it. I've been doing really good. I like it. I love like dressing up, and you know, I haven't let myself go. I've put on makeup, and sometimes I wear dresses and stuff like that. Making dinner every night. You know, that's all stuff I wasn't doing when I was unwell. And quitting my job, especially after talking to my friend that also left there, we were kind of talking about a lot of the, I know I use the word misogyny a lot on this channel, but I do believe there was a certain level of misogynistic something in that place. I was personally sexually harassed by a manager. The thing is that upper management didn't know about it, and I didn't say anything until like way after it happened. So they didn't even have a chance to handle it. But I think that it's a culture. I think that there is something within the culture there that was misogynistic. And I think that happens at a lot of jobs. It was nothing. I didn't value the job enough to pursue it, I guess. But on the other hand, like you should pursue it, because if you don't, you're opening the door for younger, prettier girls to be harassed. And boy, oh boy, we saw that happen once or twice, didn't we? Okay, yeah, I feel like it's kind of weird. Like, the job I was working, it took me a really long time to make the money that I made there. And they were hiring people in at just a little bit under what it had took me like years to make. And it wasn't that much. People, like other places, like fucking gas stations and shit around here were starting, the starting pay was what it had taken me 10 years to make. And it's like, you know, it's a grocery store. It's not a I don't know, for me it was a career. It was a career for me, because that's what I did. It's just not a good living, I guess. And like, I liked what I did. Like, I worked in a deli and I got to bake. But a lot of other things were kind of stupid. Like, I think back to working with some people that it's just, ugh. Yeah. I guess you can deal with that, like, on a corporate level, too. But, I do miss, like, the socializing, but I'm okay. I'm actually so frustrated ever since the election. So frustrated with, like, people and, like, how they think. It's really scary. I had my feelings about Kamala Harris. I didn't vote for her for a lot of reasons, but it's not because she had sex with her boss 30 years ago. You know, that was a reason for people not to vote for her, because she slept with her boss 30 years ago or something like that. Like, that's the mentality of people. And it's really sad, because they're sitting there believing they're informed, but really they just have these, like, opinions swirling around in their head and they think it's fact. And I mean, everybody does it to an extent. I'm sure I'm set on my ways in some things, like, and it's really frustrating to me, like, when I'm online or something and it's my friends and family and people only pop up to disagree. It pisses me off. Like, I don't care if you agree or not. It's like, when you pop up to disagree, it just makes me feel more isolated, and it's like, why am I fighting you? I'm fighting the system. I don't need to fight you. I don't give a shit that DBT was good for you. It was bad for me. If somebody punched you in the face and I started talking about how great that person was, like, you'd feel kind of shitty. So don't do it to me. So I'm kind of like keeping to myself, and which is bad because I'm, like, extroverted, but at the same time I'm keeping to myself because people are sort of, I'm a little bit heightened, like, in my protectiveness, like, self-preservation or whatever. I just feel like I'm not relating well to people right now. And it's okay, because I'm doing healthy things to stay busy, like playing with my dog and gardening and cooking, and I'm staying out of trouble. So yeah, I guess, I don't know. Working on a Revolutionary War video. Pretty exciting stuff. My great-granddaddy Moses, he fought in the Battle of Guilford Courthouse, which was the battle before Yorktown. And he was in the militia, so he was on the front line. I'm learning a lot about the battle, and now I just have to, like, put it all together and present it so you can understand it. So I'm not, like, an expert in freaking battles, okay? But my granddaddy fought in that battle, and he went on to live a happy, fulfilling life. And it really means a lot to me that my ancestors were patriots and not loyalists. And it gets me to thinking, I kind of said this, like, a long time ago. The mask police during COVID, the people who were, like, obsessed with wearing a mask, they would have been the loyalists, because they did not question their government. They freaking bowed down and maybe even got a bit intimate with the government, stroking the government in intimate ways. Yeah, traitors. And it makes me think back to my job. That manager that was harassing me, he was bullying customers about wearing a mask, and he was, like, big and tall, too. Usually, like, big, tall guys are pretty secure in themselves, but he wasn't. Yeah, I just remember him getting up in people's faces. It's like, dude, why are you bowing to your government like that? Your government, girl, we got flooding here in Michigan. I didn't even know about this. Like, this didn't even make big news here. But there's this town that completely flooded, and Whitmer, she ignored it. She didn't do anything about it, and they've been begging her for money to fix their town because it's like underwater. And when it comes to Democrats, and maybe even the Republicans, when it comes to natural disasters, this government does not care. They do not care about you. They pretend that it didn't even happen. They won't put it on the news. Like, you know, I talked about North Carolina and Asheville flooding way back when it happened, and there was hardly anything on the news about it, and there were freaking houses floating down the road, you know? This is the world we're living in, guys. So, I don't know. I guess, like, I've been kind of talking about negative stuff on here, but really, in my real life, I've been focusing on positive things. Like working outside. I'm gonna do that today. Hung out with a friend last week. Got kind of bored, but I'm not gonna be bored today. I got a lot to do today. So, okay, guys. I don't think I have anything else going on in my life. So with that, I'll see you next time. Bye.